Breaking news today, Russia says the United States is planning nuclear tests. On Tuesday, Russia accused the United States of making preparations at its nuclear test site in Nevada, claiming that it would not restart its own nuclear testing program unless the United States did the same. Russia's lower house of parliament is urgently studying how to revoke Moscow's ratification of a landmark treaty banning nuclear tests after Deputy Foreign Minister Sergei Ryabkov made the accusation amid heightened tensions with the West, which are at their highest point since the Cuban Missile Crisis of 1962. According to TASS, Ryabkov said, "The indications are that there is or was, at least until recently, preparatory work underway at the Nevada test site. If they continue down this path of testing, we will be forced to take the same stance as the President of the Russian Federation." Now a very different situation has developed, but whether or not it develops depends on Washington. When asked about Ryabkov's claim, a U.S. State Department spokesperson dismissed it as a disturbing effort by Moscow to heighten nuclear risks and increase tensions in the context of Russia's special military operation in Ukraine. According to the Comprehensive Nuclear Test Ban Treaty, CTBT, which the United States has signed but has not ratified, the United States has not conducted a nuclear test explosion since 1992. Nonetheless, Washington is reportedly planning to conduct two so-called subcritical experiments at the Nevada test site next year involving fissile materials in amounts too small to ignite a nuclear explosion. These tests, which have been conducted at the site on a periodic basis, are conducted to find weaknesses in warheads. When asked in June if the United States would allow international observers to watch the subcritical experiments, Jill Ruby, head of the U.S. National Nuclear Security Administration, which oversees the U.S. nuclear arsenal, said that they would welcome the idea. Also on Tuesday, Russian President Vladimir Putin said that the outbreak of conflict between Israel and Palestine was evidence of the failure of U.S. policy in the Middle East. Putin said to Iraqi Prime Minister Mohammad Shia al-Sudani, who was visiting from Iraq, "I think that many people will agree with me that this is a vivid example of the failure of United States policy in the Middle East." He claimed the United States had attempted to monopolize international efforts to broker peace and blamed the administration in Washington for failing to actively seek compromises that would satisfy all parties involved. Putin said the United States had disregarded the Palestinian people's needs for their own sovereign nation. According to the Kremlin, they are in contact with both sides of the conflict. Moscow, according to Kremlin spokesman Dmitry Peskov, will try to play a role in resolving the conflict. Official visit from Putin to Kyrgyzstan begins. On Thursday, the RIA news agency reported that Russian President Vladimir Putin had arrived in Kyrgyzstan for an official visit. In Bishkek, he will meet with Kyrgyz President Sadyr Japarov and attend a meeting of the Commonwealth of Independent States Council of Heads of State.